Doctors should not feel bad about marketing. And when they have a good strategy, they won. This is really important because healthcare marketing, medical practice marketing is very different than traditional marketing. And that is why some people think we're crazy at Polish Your Business. These guys are crazy. They're against, a lot of best practices. Why? And it's true, we are against a lot of these best practices because in healthcare, these best practices don't apply. They don't work the same way. People are not leads, especially when you look at patients with conditions. They're not leads. If you're a doctor yourself and then you hear, we're going to bring you leads and you feel okay with this, that you treat people as, leads in a spreadsheet, you don't. And that's why all these lead generation typical campaigns, all these typical funnels where people feel like people are smart, they know if they feel like they're being sucked into a funnel and now you're treating them the same way as a construction company would, it's a very different marketing vibe. Healthcare marketing is different. In healthcare marketing, one of the most important things is your brand. The second one is your relationships and your network. And that's what we help with. We help with both. We make all the marketing much easier because marketing, which is connected to business development, is much easier when your brand is strong. Marketing is also much easier when you have a good network of people who refer to you. And this is the missing piece in all the typical best practices of marketing because most, I'm not saying all, but most, 99% quite frankly, of companies will have the same exact principles of marketing and best practices, and they apply them across all the different segments and industries, including medical, including healthcare, wellness. It doesn't work the same way. So medical practice marketing, healthcare marketing is very, very different. Build a very strong brand, have a very strong network of connections with practitioners, with other facilities, referral partners. Then once you connect branding with that big network, your marketing becomes much easier because instead of you chasing people and paying all this money for all the ads, you don't need to do that. Instead, you can create an environment where your position, based on your brand and your reputation for what you actually do, is so strong that people come to you as a magnet. They come to you instead of you chasing them. And then you just show them that what they saw online as part of your brand is true. Ideally even surprise them that it's better than they thought. Now you're welcoming them in your office one way or another. Sales connected to marketing becomes much easier. Growing your practice becomes much easier. This is the right approach to marketing in my opinion. And that's why a lot of people think we're a little bit crazy because we don't like the typical marketing tactics. If you know somebody, let's say you know a practitioner who's really trying with traditional marketing tactics and you see they're struggling, sometimes they're struggling with results, but sometimes they're struggling because they're ashamed that they have to do this to get the patient. We have a different way.